I want to turn now to our continued coverage of National Police Week out in Washington, D.C. Fallen officers were honored at a candlelight vigil last night. We told you Fargo police officer Jake Walline's name has officially been engraved on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, and Zach Robinson received the Top Cops Award. Today, the Honor Guard and Pipe Band exhibition took place at the U.S. Capitol to pay tribute to fallen peace officers. Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney has also been in Washington, D.C. He took the time to chat with our reporters today. Here's some of what he had to say.
It's just a fantastic thing for Police Week to come out here and see all the different people from all the different jurisdictions across the country, and to recognize that our police force has done such a tremendous job. Zach Robinson is one of the top 10 officers of the year, and Jake Walline will get a memorial service on Wednesday that will be fantastic.
We'll have coverage of that memorial service for you tomorrow. Stay with us this evening and throughout the rest of the week as we continue to have coverage live from D.C.